Welcome to Elite Expert Insider Podcast, where we will inspire, motivate, and educate entrepreneurs, innovators, and growth seekers. Brought to you by Elite Online Publishing, making the best and brightest in the industry #1 best-selling authors. 80% of people say they want to write a book. We're assuming that's the same for you. If so, contact us at www.eliteonlinepublishing.com and make your book a reality. Hey, welcome to Elite Expert Insider with Melanie Johnson. That's me and my co-host Jen Foster. How you doing, Jen?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Great. Well, listen, we want to remind you, first of all, before anything else, subscribe to our podcast, because you know what? Then you're going to hear about the latest, greatest interviews and what you're going to learn ahead of time. Otherwise, you're going to miss all this fabulous information. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you share the podcast, but because we don't want you to keep all this great information all to yourself. You have to share. So share it with other people. Let them know what you learned and how fabulous this podcast is. And today, you're going to learn how to make some money. Everybody wants to learn how to make money, how to be smarter, have better strategies. We have a woman that we have followed. We have been through her programs. Loral Langemeier is here. But before we get to her, I want to remind you that we are Elite Online Publishing. And if you are looking to publish a book and become a #1 bestseller, you need to come and talk to us. We have made over 50 people #1 best-selling authors, and we have over 1,500 products on Amazon that we have launched ourselves. And here's one. I want to share this with you. So we just did an Amazon giveaway this week, and it's the Success Planner, Design Your Goals and Dreams, and Achieve Success Daily Planner. So you're not going to believe this, but I put this on an Amazon giveaway. Within less than 24 hours, 1,500 people opted in to get my book. We had a winner, and I've never had anything go so fast ever. So I think this is a great one. So get it, look at it. It's good for Mother's Day, for girls, for teenagers. It's got white and pink and aqua on it. Success Planner by Elite Online Publishing. So I want to start off with that. Now we're going to talk about making money. So Loral Langemeier, we go back with her a few years now. She is the author of The Millionaire Maker, along with like 12 other books and products and games that she has out. You know, you may think that you want to make money with stocks and bonds. Let me tell you, there's another world out there. Don't go that way. So Loral, I just can't wait. We've been trying to get you on the show. So happy, so excited to finally get you here. So welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. And I have to just make a response. If you want to lose money and totally risk everything, put your money in the stock market. Good luck. I call it park your money and pray to God helps you, because that's the worst way to do it. We'll talk about the best way to do it.
Yeah, my girlfriend was in Amazon, and of course Amazon just crashed and burned, and she was in Facebook, that crashed and burned. She's like, oh my gosh, I just lost so much money. So
I know you like, listen to Loral.
Exactly. Well, thank you for being here, Loral. Tell us a little bit about, your background, where you came from, and how you have all of these books today.
Yeah, so I got to do a little Trump thing here. Like, I'm not Trump, Donald Trump. Like Trump, the bestseller thing is I got 5 New York Times, and not only their New York Times, their Publisher Weekly, their Wall Street Journal, their USA Today. So when I went for it, I hit every 11 categories in 5 books. Now I have 40 something books that I've co-authored or written. So definitely get with these guys and write a book. Your book is I always say it's your brains on paper. You all have one. So just get it out of your brain on paper, talk it, they'll type it, they'll organize it. But books have created, expert status. The only reason that I would say, so I'm just going to answer the question before it gets to it, is why New York Times over Amazon? Well, in the day, because I'm a little older than y'all, I published from 2006 to 2012. So those were my 5 New York Times, and it mattered then. Like, that was a status thing. Like, only 300,000 people published in that time. Now 3 million people. So if you can hit any bestseller, Amazon included, just go for it, because we're 1,000 times more competition. It's a crowded space. So just get your book and then use it as your own marketing effort. Why did I do them? Because I wanted high media. I think my conversation with money, which isn't mine, it's the conversation of the wealthy, needs to be in the homes, not Susie Orman or Dave Ramsey's conversation about staying broke. That's in the homes of America. And unfortunately, they didn't know better, but they made that choice and they bought that stuff. And their conversation is, get a job, maximize your 401k, park your money in the stock market, pray it all works out. And it doesn't. It never works out. That's why the rich get rich, the poor get poor. So if you want to get rich, then we're in the right conversation.
So
that's why I chose it.
Started with the whole money thing. Tell us a little background of your story, how you switched. I mean, you started with one career, and you'll tell us about that just briefly, and then how you switched over into really learning how to make money with your money.
Yeah, so I actually at 17 kind of decided I was going to college to be a lawyer because I love to debate. You know me, I love to talk. So, and then I got the book Think and Grow Rich at 17 and said, I got to study why so few people become millionaires. Like, why is this such a formula that can't be cracked? And that kind of was a trajectory. I dumped law school and I went and got a finance degree and then went and really studied that traditional banking I was taught in school. That's a whole joke. That actually supports all of that financial system, supports the conversation. That is what Susie and Ramsey, get a job, maximize your 401k. No one teaches you to be an entrepreneur, which is where the gold is. If you want to be really rich, you get to be an entrepreneur. You have companies make money, individuals get taxed. So I studied that and then got really disappointed that I still didn't know how to be an entrepreneur. So then I thought, well, I'm going to go do a business in what I love, which was fitness. So I got a master's degree in exercise physiology, designed 272 fitness centers on offshore oil rigs, and designed corporate wellness centers all across the Midwest. And then that was my big break. But when Chevron hired me to go design fitness centers, that took me all over the world. And by 24, I was making hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, not spending it right. Then again, I was under a contract, but I still didn't know what to do. So that's when I started getting, I had mentors. And so I went out and found money mentors, entrepreneurs who would teach me how to be a proper entrepreneur. And, it was only a few years later than that, I became a real estate millionaire. And I worked with the Rich Dad Poor Dad organization for a long time to learn this educational and why a book is so critical in your, in your world. And I really didn't want the book. I wanted investors, but I used the book to get investors. And that's how I became a millionaire, because a lot of investors were, attracted to my Millionaire Maker. And we bought gas and oil. We went and bought real estate together. Now, fast forward, I teach off Wall Street assets. We have franchises. I have recycled glass companies. We're going to go solar. We got notes. Currently, I'm in the two best asset classes in the world, which is cryptocurrency and cannabis. In fact, I'm not just slightly in cannabis. We are just about next Monday, I leave for Canada to go raise $75 million to buy U.S. revenue-producing assets in cannabis, mostly real estate. I'm on the real estate side. I'm not on the product side. I just know how to do business and money. So I think for me, I stay current. I'm right with it. I love teaching. I love getting you guys off the couch. I was in The Secret. That's the stuff New York Times bestsellers get you, is big, high-profile stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
I really love what you said about your book. You said you used your book to get investors.
Yep.
Now, a lot of times people say, oh, I want to write this book, so I'm going to sell all these books. And they don't understand the power of the book is to leverage it, to use it for another purpose, like getting investors or raising capital or all these different ways you can use a book. So I love that.
Like you guys know I have what's called the Big Table. It's a mentoring program, but really I'm kind of transitioning the word. It's like an elite mastermind, and it's getting even more elite. Like, we're attracting more and more millionaires to that group of people. And it's the place where millionaires, people that want to understand money, get to hang out. Like the new Solar Group. There's a guy that just sold his restaurant for $2.6 million, McDonald's for $3.9 million. Like, those kind of people need a place to have a conversation with other rich people. And where is it? So we have that advanced community where people get to talk about money, business development, tax strategies. We have clients all over the world, so we know how to do international strategies. So once you get the book, remember, the book is just like a new brochure. It is. It's not going to make you a lot of money. And now I was going to speak to this, and this is really to support what you guys are doing too. But I got 5 publishers, right? And every one of them own my rights. And now that I've been, continue to be so successful, but I'm using the books, like I buy at my author price, and then I use them through my radio ads and my infomercials, like call for a free book. I use them. So that doesn't make your statistics look like you're a big bestseller, even though I got millions of books on the planet. So there's this whole algorithm that's kind of nonsense. And the problem is, there's very few people. I don't know how you guys feel. How do you guys feel about bookstores closing? It's going to break my heart. I love bookstores, but they're going to close, just like retail is going to close. Amazon's taken, the world by storm. Amazon Prime's taking it. Everybody's shopping online. So all to be said, if you think you're going to get your book in a bookstore, you have to pay for it. That's the new rules. Like I called for my Millionaire Maker to get published again or printed. They wanted to charge me $9. I'm the freaking author. They want to charge me $9 for my new author price because it costs so much to get them into bookstores because no one's going to bookstores.
Right.
So there's a lot of messages in that, but just get published, get it online. If you need to get it printed, go to a just-in-time print place. Don't worry about the rest of it. I know I wasn't here just to talk about books, but I know a hell of a lot about books. And I have two of my clients, they would say, I want to be a New York Times. And I'm like, why? It's going to cost you $300,000 just to start the game.
Yeah.
And then what do you want from it? Just the status? Do you want a TV show? Like, what do you want? So be very careful about those, because I think a lot of people spend a lot of money thinking it's easy, and it's damn hard. It's like another business, becoming a bestseller.
For sure.
And a New York Times bestseller. Yeah.
And I love all this book talk. I really do, because that's our business. But I know we have money talk with you, so I want to get to that. Let's break it down for the everyday entrepreneur starting a business. What do I do? How can you, and even maybe the second tier of that would be, I'm at home, I'm a homemaker, I have some money. What do I do with my cash? How do I run my family as a business, as well as starting a new business?
Well, and you know that I'm a huge family fan about that. I think your whole family needs to be involved. So let's go two ways. One, if you're going to start a business, say you have a job and you want to start a business just for additional revenue. First of all, get incorporated. I don't care what state you're in. I don't care what your accountant says. Companies make money. Individuals get taxed. The new tax reform is going to support those of you that are incorporated. If you stay a sole proprietor, sole trader, you're the number one for an audit. Don't even stay there. And you don't have the right for all the deductions. And if you stay in an individual, you have no deduction legality. So start as a company, an LLC, limited partnership. And I'm going to give you a link at the end called Just Met Loral. And if you want an appointment, there's an appointment tab there. Actually, Gabe, will you make sure there's an appointment tab? They can click on Just Met Loral. My team will put it up really quick. And so we'll give you a free appointment just to see if you need what kind of company you have. And the other thing too, and you guys saw it at my workshops, is a lot of people have a company and they don't know how to use it. So even if you have one, make sure that you're using it to its fullest advantage. So number one, you start with a company. And then I always say, do the easy thing. Whatever's easy for you, do that first. Like, you're just learning to be an entrepreneur. The last thing I need is an invention, some big, thing that you're going to go patent and take to market. You know how much money that takes? You have no brand status. The fax machine took 14 years. The cell phone took 18 years. So if you're going to do something totally new to the market, unless you have one hell of a bank account, it's not the way to start. Just do something easy. If you're a teacher, be a tutor. If you're, a chiropractor, add extra products. I mean, there's plenty of ways to add products and services to just sell something. If you totally don't have anything to sell, come sell my stuff, sell your stuff, be an affiliate of ours and sell our stuff. I mean, really, that's what I did with Kiyosaki. I sold somebody else's stuff until I knew how to sell stuff. So sell the easy stuff, make it an easy business, because you have to learn marketing, you have to learn sales, and you have to learn cash flow. You have a lot to learn when you first start. So let us teach, I know how to teach you. And you guys have been to my 3-day workshop. I have a workshop. You're guaranteed to learn all this and make money in 3 days. So once you make money in the company, then you need to invest it. So some of the investing things, we have different vehicles. Like, we have a robotic trader that we trade. So that's the only way we play in the market. It's making 39, on average, our clients make 39%. It only takes 10,000 to start. So if you're somebody who's home and have a little bit of money, I have awesome real estate partners across the country. I just did another deal with a guy. So get this, he couldn't close. A lot of reasons why he doesn't have good credit, but he wanted to buy $135,000 six-plex. Didn't have the credit to close, so I closed, and I'm his bank. But he's going to pay me 10%. I actually own the building, and if he stops paying me, I get a six-plex, and I'll just go flip it and sell it. Yeah. So there's a lot of ways. You say, well, I have 135. Well, I'll show you that. 4 of us could get together, and 3 of us could get together. We all could put 35, 40,000 in. We could put it together. So we'll show you ways with small amounts of dollars that you actually do get started. Because you ladies know, like, the worst case to do is do nothing. And what I've seen over and over and over, if you really want to sustain and make money, even for your kids, you've got to make it and invest it, make it, invest it, not make it, spend it. You make it, invest it. So you need to get our conversation in your pipeline and really understand, how do you make money and how do you get it invested, even at small little amounts. And then like my kids' Roth IRAs, my kids both have Roth IRAs, and they own LLCs that own that robotic trader. So like Logan's trading, you know, probably right over $100,000 and making 39%. I don't know. It's a pretty good return for an 18-year-old. So, right. I mean, that's just going to accumulate. And as he goes off to college, we'll extract some of the cash flow to pay for a little amount of college that didn't get covered on a scholarship. So you can get your kids through college tax-free. I love that.
I love that.
So I just want to talk to all these people that are out watching and tell them the new information about money.
Tell us more about, because there's a lot of moms whose kids are going to be going to college that watch here. So tell us the tax-free strategy for college.
Well, when your kid turns 18, so mine did last September, they get an LLC. They're an legal adult, so they get an LLC. And I've had one since he was born, so he's acquiring an 18-year-old one. Now, it doesn't matter that that's a huge advantage, by the way, for corporate credit and getting credit cards, and he's got huge corporate status because there's real estate and gas and oil inside that. Regardless if it's a brand new one, then you got to say, well, what could they do to make money? Well, Logan has, he tutors, right? Does his math tutoring, not a lot anymore, but he does some, and that money goes in the LLC. This year he actually was doing ski instructing and he was a ski coach. So all that money went into the LLC. Again, easy stuff that he just knows how to do. He's going to naturally do. He's going to get paid for it, not do it for free. So then the company, as he heads off to college, and he wants a business degree, but it's going to require him to go get a degree. So there's a lot of companies, and here's where the big people, like I would say it this way, the little people don't think they have big people strategies. And the truth is you have strategies. Like when I was at Chevron, they sent me through courses after courses after courses after courses, and it was 100% deductible to Chevron. It was 100% reimbursement. So we set up that same thing. Logan's required to go to college, get a business finance degree, and as long as he does his degree and he acquires a certain GPA, then he can submit all of those expenses back to the company, tax. So then it's a pre-tax expense. Yes, it's an expense, but it's pre-tax. It's an expense to the company. So the companies require him to go to school. And by the way, the company's bought his vehicle. The company buys his insurance for his vehicle. Like he operates as a corporate unit. And I'm teaching him this. I mean, he's still home. I mean, he graduates in June and then he heads off to college in September. But by the time he's gone, he will know how to run it. He'll have corporate credit. He will know how to run his own corporation. He'll know how to fund his Roth IRA. He'll have his robotic traders. And by the way, the robotic trader that we have also is an income producer. So if you really love it, like he loves it, then he can sell it to his other college friends and make $600 per unit. The software costs $2,000. It's no big deal. And then he'll make $600 and that'll go into his company because those are parts of what he offers in his company. So it's teaching your kid to think like a business owner right when they're 18 and get them set up properly. That's fun. What else would you do?
College is paid through his LLC.
Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, I want to give a website because I have tons of information on it. It's called Just Met Loral. Just Met, M-E-T, Loral, L-O-R-A-L, spell my name properly. It's very different. It's not like L-A-U. That's the wrong way to spell it. It's L-O-R-A-L, justmetloral.com. And I have a lot of my kids' programs. I have a video where I taught UCLA kids this exact strategy. There's a video about never pay your kids an allowance. There's how to put more cash in your pocket at 8 hours of me reading a book to you. There's all these goodies, and then you click if you want a one-on-one appointment about whatever you want to talk about.
Cool. I'll put that link on the bottom for those who are watching the video so they can see that. But that's awesome that you're giving all of that great content to us.
Now,
I think the kids stuff's critical because no one teaches the kids stuff properly. I'd say. Yeah.
Talk about a little bit. You talked about a Roth. Do you believe in a self-directed Roth or just a regular Roth? And
self-directed. So when you go to a typical financial house, they're going to set you up however they want to set you up, and they're going to say it's self-directed. It is self-directed, but only to their products. You go to Fidelity, and then you can buy Fidelity bonds and mutual funds and Fidelity supported stocks where they make a fortune on your purchase. Self-directed means you self-direct it, which means you have to get educated. I would say you have to lean in and learn this. You say, well, what don't you do with it? I know, that's why I'm your new best friend. I'm going to show you what to do with it. You can do a robotic trader. I'm going to do a note. I just signed up to do a note with a woman out of Texas where we're going to buy a performing note, which is basically we're the bank. And for 10 years, she gets the cash flow. And for 10 years, I get the cash flow. So we're talking nice cash flows. We're talking 13%. So there's lots of ways where and all that money comes back into a Roth, tax-free, tax-deferred. So using a Roth allows you, like, I'll just, to be honest, I put my cannabis, the part that I own in the cannabis business, because I am on the license side. I'm not just on real estate, on both sides. I'm on real estate and I'm acquiring licenses. I'm putting my license side into my LLC. So all that I make on my the cannabis part of the business will all go into my Roth tax-free, tax-deferred. So I expect to make millions and millions into my Roth. So there's legal ways to do it. So self-directing is very different outside of financial institutes. There's only about maybe 8 to 10 companies in the country that allow you to do it the way we're talking about, which is alternative. You know, my new way I'm talking about what we're doing, because I think some people listen to it and go, oh my gosh, that's so risky. It's not risky. Like, think about the traditional medical institutes, right? And if you don't like the traditional medicine, which most of you shouldn't, and say you have cancer or some severe, which is also why I like medicinal marijuana. Like we have a kid in Ireland who had 94 seizures a day. He took one of our products and has no seizures. So there is a medicinal like facts that's just crushing it. So if you had something, wouldn't you go find an alternative if it wasn't working? So think about it the same way. You can go to the traditional banks and finance, the traditional finance, and stay broke, right? And by the way, traditional medicine wants you to stay broken. Or you go find us. We're alternative financial people. That's what you ask for. You ask for alternative financial people. We're doing things different than the norm, which is why only 10% make it, because we are not mainstream. I mean, think about just the media. I mean, you've got Fortune magazine, you've got all those magazines supported by the traditional financial institutes. They don't want to hear from me. Like I was actually, a couple years ago, I was actually the top 25 Fortune Women of the Year. And did I get published? I got one little section because they hated to have to publish what I do, right? Because on the next page, there's, you know, Fidelity. Like, I hate what she does. So I mean, become smart consumers about what you're buying. I mean, you say, well, you know, how come she's not out in the world more? She should be. Well, because I'm in an alternative space. I mean, talk about like acupuncture. That's like going up against pharmas? Like it doesn't work. The financials don't work. So become a smarter consumer and get more alternative, and your life's going to get better in every case, health and wealth.
Yes. And I love that I just love that you're talking about money making money, because a lot of times people, you know, save your money or we just spend our money, and you're talking about everything you're doing is money making money. So you're taking the money you earn and you're making more money with it. And I think that's the key right there as being a millionaire is really just using your money to make money instead of doing what they want you to do, which is spend it on everything, right?
Exactly.
So we have make sure you have an LLC for you and your kids once they turn 18 or even before 18, and then you turn it over to them. You have create a Roth IRA for yourself that's self-directed. The only thing I didn't know, where do they go? So if you don't go to Fidelity or somewhere to make an IRA, who is the right person for them to contact to set up a self-IRA?
So our team really will help you. I mean, so what email should we give, Gabe?
I mean,
just make sure there's an opt-in. If you go to justmetloral.com and put in an opt-in, can you have them also make a request box? So we'll make a request box where you can request what you want, because there's 3 different companies we use, and it depends on your age, how much you have, which one you go to. So we'll help you screen it. We'll just do that as a free service. Just put in your name, because you're going to opt into our Just Met Loral. Put in your name, your phone number, email, and then there'll be a request line and say, I want to learn which Roth. And then one of our team members will give you a call, do a quick assessment. Because if we send you to the wrong place, you're just going to get stuck. Just because like some places only deal with 60 and older, like that's kind of their whole wheelhouse. Mm-hmm. Another group only deals with 50,000 or more investors. And then there's one more that does like this kind of fun, very creative stuff with kids and moms and parents and with the kids. So there's kind of 3 different places we'd send you depending on what you did to yourself or what you want.
That's perfect. So, and then some people may say, well, you know, I don't have any money to start. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. But I think one of the strategies you gave, if you start to implement some of this, if you create the LLCs, you're going to have tax savings right away.
Yep.
So instead of taking that money and throwing it away or spending it on a new jacket or a trip or whatever, take the money and start to invest it. So if you're saying you don't have money, Loral just created a new cash flow stream for you with saving money and taxes that you can use to start to invest in things. But I know you've taught too is that, hey, even if you don't have money, there's ways to still make a deal happen, a real estate deal or something. You kind of touched on like pull groups together, but give people hope. Hey, I don't have any money. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to get that much from my tax savings. How do I get started with no money?
Partner with somebody who knows. That's how I did it. I mean, I became a millionaire in 6 months, partnering with people who know what they're doing. I mean, that's part of our community. And you know, they can also come to our 3-day workshop. They're guaranteed to make money because we're going to force them into that funnel. And you ladies need to come back. We're letting all of our repeats come back and, you know, come back to our room and show the room how to do it. So you got to find, I mean, the bottom line, you say, I don't have any money. You got to sell somebody something, a product or service that's going to change their life. And you got to ask for money. So you can't avoid the sales process. So if someone already has a system that's selling stuff, like we have a lot of kids, as you know, I mean, your kids rocked our workshop, right?
Yeah,
Totally crushed our workshop.
$3,000 that weekend.
Yeah, $3,000 selling what? Instagram stuff,
Yeah,
right?
Instagram shops.
Posts. You did one of mine.
1,000 views. Yeah.
So there's all sorts of ways to do it. A lot of you have something, you're just not set up in a business or a structure ready to make money, and you don't have a price. You got to have a price. You got to have order forms. We have a lot of people who sell our games as a way to get started, because then they're close to the organization, they're close to me and how I teach them how to make money. You could get a little army selling, you know, your books for you. So sell someone else's stuff. I mean, sell someone else's jewelry. You have a friend that does jewelry. You have somebody who else down the street who, you know, work for, like, you can work for somebody as a contractor, but not an employee, as a different way to get started. It's another strategy.
I love that. Sell someone other stuff, find another revenue stream, find something
Yep.
you can sell that's either yours. And you'd be surprised, like when you go through Loral's workshop, you have to take this inventory of what I know, what are my assets, what could I
Yep.
sell? And it makes you think outside the box and think in a different way. So here my
Totally.
well, what can I do? What
Yep.
skills do I have? So you start taking inventory of your skills and you go, oh, somebody would want that. And then the other big aha, I think, for the kids and people in the room, and even for us as business people, there's so many different sales things on how to sell, how to close. And I love, Loral,
Exactly.
that one day, the first time we met you, you're like, just go ask them for the sale. So we had all these leads at a conference. I'm like, but we haven't closed anybody yet. What do you say? And you go, tell them, give me your credit card and sign up right here. And I went up to 5 people and all 5 of them were like, oh, okay, here's my credit card.
You have to tell them what to do. I want your money now.
You think like it's this brilliant secret thing. And she's like, no, you just ask for the credit card, you know, ask you shall receive. And you think, oh my gosh, yeah, she's right. Like you're trying to make this big, difficult thing about it. So keep it simple. And she just puts it right in your face and makes it easy.
Absolutely.
So tell us.
I'm gonna run off. I do a Facebook Live every Tuesday. I do a little lunch with Loral. So I'm gonna run over there. Is there any last 2 questions?
Hey, we just want to let you know, tell us where they can meet you, find you online, which you did that a little bit. Let's reiterate that, and some of the programs they can join for you.
So justmetloral.com will give you a whole bunch of just free stuff, and you'll be able to opt in and give any requests. So if you want to say, I want to know how to get an LLC, I want to know how to get an IRA, any of those requests, just make a request and my team will follow up with you and make sure you're taken care of. And then we do really 2 or 3 things. We do a 3-day workshop every month. So like this week, we're in Costa Mesa. You're guaranteed to make money. We design a portfolio. We talk about taxes. It's a very different workshop, actually, since the one you guys have been to. It's me. I bring out cross-border accountants. I bring out like 4 or 5 wealth team members. So it's really taught by a wealth team, but I am out there. Then in May, we're going to come to Phoenix. In June, we're coming home to Reno. August, we're back in LA, and then we're going to Salt Lake. So that's kind of our series. We've also changed. We've also been adding some tours. A lot of people want to see our cannabis grows and our cultivations. So we're doing cannabis tours. We bought a marina we're fixing up. We're going to have to see that. We're doing a lot more tours where we take you to the streets to show you assets, because these assets are also in your neighborhood and you don't know how to find them. So by taking you to show you what we do and how we find them, then you can go home to your world and you can figure out how you could find them. Yeah. So we're doing those cool things. And then of course we have my big table mastermind where it's a one-time fee and your whole family gets to go. We've changed that. So you ladies, really, we should revisit it because I've really changed it. It's just you and your family, one-time fee, and come learn about money and bring those kids along. That's our charity. They get to come for free because these kids need to learn to make it because they're our next generation, praying to God to keep it.
Awesome. Thank you, Loral. It was a pleasure having you here. So make sure you subscribe to this podcast because we have outstanding people like Loral Langemeier here that are giving you all kinds of great content that motivate, inspire, and educate you and make you wealthier. So we have people that make you wealthier, healthier,
absolutely,
and have a better life. So also,
thanks, ladies.
We wanted to talk about our book real quick. We've got 7 Costly Mistakes When You're Publishing a Book. It's our brand new book that we have out that we just launched. It reached #1. So get that book. And if you want to publish a book and be a #1 best-selling author, come to eliteonlinepublishing.com and we will see you next time right here.
Have a great
day.
Thank you. Thanks,
Have a great day. Cheers.
If you'd like to create the most powerful advertising tool for your business, contact us at eliteonlinepublishing.com, where we will help you create, publish, and make your book a #1 bestseller, and show you how to get new leads and more revenue for your business. If you'd like to check us out on our Facebook page, we have a free book for you as our gift. Just go and click Free Book. Remember to subscribe and leave a comment for our podcast. We would love to hear from you.